Hello, my fellow humans, and welcome back to Scatter Love Tarot with your girl coming at you with another pick a card reading. And today we are going to ask, how would they apologize to you? So if there's someone that you feel like you deserve an apology from, this is going to be connecting with that person and finding out how would they apologize to you. Chances are this is going to be messages from their higher self and not necessarily their physical consciousness. So just keeping that in mind and remembering that these are general readings. So please take what resonates, leave what does not, knowing that as you interact with the channel by liking, commenting, and subscribing, it does allow me an opportunity to directly connect with your energy and get you out more resonant readings. Also, if you are interested in supporting the channel further, make sure you check out the description box down below where you will find a link to email me for a personal reading where I will get you out further information as well as scheduling options. Also, there is a link down below where you can follow me on over to my podcast at Scatter Love Radio, where it's just a fun, chill hangout session with yours truly, and I really hope to see you there. I do just want to say thank you to anyone and everyone that has chosen to support this channel in any one way, shape, or form. I'm so blessed and honored to have you all as a part of this journey. And really something that I would like to comment on is that I've noticed that there's a pattern of certain individuals reaching out and helping each other out in the comment section. And I feel so blessed, and my heart was just glowing so much to see that you all are looking out for one another. And that's what a community does, and that's what loving individuals do. And I'm just so blessed and honored to be able to see that happening here on this channel. And so for those of you that have reached out for another person to make sure that they're okay, I'm just saying thank you. Thank you so much for being that lovely, wonderful soul here on the earth that cares so deeply. It's not that anyone else doesn't, but it takes a lot of courage to reach out to a stranger to say, hey, are you okay? You know, if you need to talk, reach out to me. And so I just want to say thank you so much. If you're new here, welcome. This is a safe space for you to come as your most authentic self, to take off that mask of who you think you need to be, and to let your loving, unconditional loving light shine forth. And so welcome. I hope that you find home here. And yeah, let's go ahead and get with it. Let's start with our prayer. As you guys, wow, can I pick it up? As you guys notice, I did my nails, so I'm excited. I feel like I'm absolutely in love with them right now. So it's been nice. I just had to let my nails grow out a little bit more from the last set that I did. But this is my second time with polygel, and I like how they turned out. I like this brand a little bit better than the original one that I got too. So trying some different colors. All right, prayer. My beloved source, this prayer is for any and all who come onto this video. First and foremost, I ask that you help dissolve any negativity within their lives. And if they're having a hard time opening up to their own toxic patterns and negativity within their own lives, I ask that you help shine this to them. Help show them that they are capable of getting on a path that serves their life in a very beautiful way, and that it's not all about bringing this darkness. It's not all about living in this darkness. And for those that are already healing and finding and clawing and climbing and scraping their way out of this darkness, I ask that you assist them through this. I ask that you assist them in a beautiful way that helps them feel supported and understood and valued, and knowing that their life here is worth so much, and that they do have purpose, and that purpose truly comes from simply having breath in our lungs. I ask that you embody someone in their lives to help show them your unconditional love, to help show them your guidance, whether that's through a mentor, a teacher, a friend, a stranger, a hug, a smile, a comment, a compliment, whatever it may be. May you embody someone in their lives as a reminder that you are walking this journey with them, and never once have you left them nor forsaken them. Source, I ask for this courage in this life now, and forevermore. As these words are spoken unto this space and unto this reading, so shall they be. Amen. Aho. Ase. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. So let me go ahead and get this set up in here. All right. I think there we go. We got it. And today we are going to draw from the Sacred Rebels deck. I love this deck. It's time to bring it back out. If you guys notice, there's a card over here. This is the affirmation card for today. Got these really cool cards. They're scratch-offs, and they're absolutely beautiful. It comes with its own little stand as well that matches the card. And I don't actually remember who did these. I'll have to find the box. I put the box away. But I draw one of these every day, and it comes with 2 little hearts, so you can literally, like a scratch ticket, you get to scratch it, so you don't know what it says underneath. And today, this is the card. It says, I am grateful for the opportunities that come my way. So whatever that may be, I'm going to leave that here today, just as a reminder for us all to be open to those. So let's give this a shuffle. Alright, so source for pile number 1. What oracle card will help us understand better how this person would apologize to them if they could? Whoa, 1 card, source, not a whole stack. 1 card. What oracle card will help us understand better how this person would apologize to pile number 1, source? Okay, this one wants to come out for you, pile 1. Alright, and source for pile number 2, what oracle card will help us better understand how this person would apologize to pile 2? How would this person apologize to pile 2? What oracle card will help us understand that better? Okay, this one. Alright, and for pile number 3, source, what oracle card will help us understand how this person would apologize to pile number 3? 1 card, please. How would this person apologize to pile number 3? What oracle card will help us understand that? Thank you. Okay. And let us get these set up here. Go this way. Okay, so for pile number 1, we do have this beautiful piece of quartz for you to choose from. Found this in Nevada. Okay, and for pile number 2 is this black obsidian arrowhead, which I got in Missouri. For pile number 3 is this beautiful clamshell, which I got in South Carolina. I'm sorry, this is an oyster shell, not a clamshell. Okay, so we have pile 1, pile 2, and pile 3. And whichever one you resonate with, that should be the pile for you. And with that being said, I will see you over on your perspective pile. Hello, my fellow human. If you were drawn to this beautiful quartz that was from Nevada, or if you were drawn to this card during the drawing, this is your reading on how would they apologize to you. So this is someone that's on your mind that you feel like they owe you an apology, right? And this is how they would. One thing to keep in mind is today these messages are more than likely going to be coming from their higher selves, not from their physical consciousness. So just keep that in mind, and remember this is coming from a place of unconditional love, which is our souls, our unconditional love. And sometimes we're not tapped with or in connection with that here on the physical, okay? They are general readings, so take what resonates, leave what does not, knowing that as you interact with the channel by liking, commenting, and subscribing, it does allow me an opportunity to directly connect with your energy to get you out more resonant readings. And if you are interested in supporting the channel further, you will find all the links necessary in the description box, where you can email me for a personal reading, where I will send you out further information as well as scheduling options. And you'll find the link to follow me on over to my podcast at Scatter Love Radio, which is just a fun, cool hangout session with yours truly, where I really hope to see you there. So with that being said, let's go ahead and get into your reading. We will start with the dice and find out what's going on. So today I want to use the dice as a clarifying for this person that's on your mind, getting a little bit more information about them so that you'll know that this is the pile for you. If for some reason the dice reading isn't resonating with you, then you're more than welcome to choose one of the other piles. But I feel like this is a good use for the dice today, okay? So Source, can you please tell us more about this person for pile number 1 who they feel they need an apology from, or they feel they're owed an apology from, Source? What can you tell us about this person on pile number 1's mind? What can you tell us about them so that they know that this is their pile, Source? Okay, so we have 8th house, we have Neptune, and we have Sagittarius energy. This person is very secretive. Right off the bat, right? This person does not let anybody know what it is that they're thinking, what it is that they're feeling. But they're very outgoing, and they have a lot of friends. They're surrounded by a ton of people. And they're very optimistic. But when it comes to things, it's like maybe they didn't realize physically that they hurt you, right? Or they could have, but they're right now in a place where it's not even networking. I don't feel like this person's networking because we don't have any Aquarius energy here, which is the networking energy. When we have this 8th house next to the Sagittarius energy, I'm getting this feeling of I have to have as many friends as possible in my life so that I'm seen in a specific status, right? So that people know that I'm the go-to person and that I will always have the connections that they want and the resources that they want. But this person has a lot of internal guilt too, just so you know. Like, this person deals with a lot of guilt about how they've treated people in the past, maybe how they've treated you. They carry it on their shoulders. It definitely affects the way they show up for others. It's almost like they're compensating right now for not being there in your life, and they're trying to be there for others in specific ways. But this person does not want anybody to know about their private life. This person keeps things very hidden, and the people that do know them only know them on a very surface level type energy. So this could be a Scorpio, this could be a Sagittarius, this could also be a Pisces energy that we're dealing with, or they could have those signs very highly aspect in their chart, okay? But this person is very, they use their sexuality to gain clout on their journey. So you may have been very sexually attracted to this person. If not, you may notice a pattern with this person where they kind of have different people in their lives, like different girlfriends or different boyfriends all the time in their life. And it's like, you see them and it's like, oh my gosh, they're in love. But then maybe a month or 2 months later, then they're with somebody else. Or you may notice player energy coming from this person. Is definitely a feeling that I'm getting here. This person is used to getting their way based on how they approach others, right? But they do dabble in taboo topics and taboo situations. So it's almost like they get the thrill out of being in these situations where people look at them like, oh my gosh, like you always get booty, like you always have someone in your bed, like and it's always somebody different. Like, that's really cool when, you know, really it's not, right? Like, some of us are like, no, that is not how we should live our lives, right? We need to think about our safety, our health, and our sexual health is a part of that. And this person doesn't necessarily think about that. However, this person you may have noticed that this person has investigated you, or they stalk you, or they're constantly like looking at, like, you know how on Instagram, when you have the reel or the it's under your profile picture, you hit it, and then it's like the little 1 second video or the 1 minute video that you put there, and it tells you who watches that. Or on Facebook, the same thing. And it's like you see them watching you all the time. You may have unfriended this person, but it's still popping up. It's like, why is this person always around? It's almost like this person is trying to figure out a way to come forward, but right now they're dealing with some intense guilt, okay? This person deals with a lot of things. They're very much focused on their money. They're very much focused on their journey right now. It's not necessarily a positive or a negative journey. This person is just trying to make the best of their bad situation, okay? The thing that comes through is that they're very restless. They're very greedy. They will do anything for their money and their clout and their fame. Okay, this is somebody who can be disrespectful. If they're not openly disrespectful, they'll just be energetically disrespectful, where it's like maybe you've gifted them love and you've gifted them your time and kindness, and they've just taken and taken and taken and taken and breadcrumbed you to gain more from you, right? And that's definitely an energy coming in here. And they're also very hasty to make decisions. Like, this is someone who will make a decision without ever actually thinking about the consequences. And then they'll be regretting it later, and they're like, what the heck? They also self-sacrifice. Okay, this is someone who will give themselves for everyone that's wrong for them. So if somebody is like doing the same thing to them that they did to you, this person will chase after that person almost identical to the way that you may have chased after them at some point, okay? And it's like they cannot handle it when someone doesn't fall into their little games that they played. But they do have a track record of being deceitful. They may deal with some type of addiction, alcohol, drugs, sex. They could have an addiction to being treated a certain way, addiction to old toxic patterns, whatever the case may be. This is someone who's very idealistic. And even though they do have a very strong intuition, they do have a very difficult time connecting with it, even though they may be studying very spiritual topics and they may be really into spirituality. But they have a very difficult time connecting with their intuition. This person is very outgoing, though. The thing that you will notice the most about this person is they're very outgoing, but you may not have ever known anything about them. Like, that's the one thing that's really standing out today on this person's energy, is that it's like everybody knows them, but nobody knows them. Okay? So let's get some tarot on it and find out some more information here, source. How would they apologize to pile one? We have some messages from their higher self. How would they apologize to pile one? Maybe learn a little bit more about the situation if it wants to come through. How would they apologize to pile number one? Yeah, the main thing right now is they feel like they need to be in control of their life. But they're not. They have no control over the direction they're going. They're just somebody who, you know, you ever have people who are busy workers? Like, that's the type that this person is, like, constantly staying busy to look like they're doing something when they're not actually moving anywhere, okay? So, source, how would they apologize to pile number one? Okay, thank you. How would they apologize to pile number one, source? Thank you. Yeah, the Ace of Cups in the reverse. They realized that you were the only one that was giving into this relationship. Like, they realized that. Okay? Especially this Ace of Cups, like, and that they never took a risk. They never wanted to take a chance. And so they kept you coming back by tricking you, by being nefarious, by being whoever it was that they were in the past. This is what they've done their whole lives. It's like when someone liked them or cared about them deeply, they used these tricks that have gotten them places, and they used it on you, and it worked for a time. But then you realize that this was becoming more of a burden, and you may have left. You may have blocked this person. You may have walked away. But they don't know how to love themselves, okay? And that's first and foremost. They want to lead with that. Like, I don't know how to love myself. And really, it's like seeing you grow and seeing you either do self-care, self-love, or just seeing your own value here. Whatever it is that resonates with you, right? In that, it's seeing that they realize that because they don't love themselves, they're never going to stand in your league. They're always going to feel like they're less than, like they don't have a way in. And so that's the first thing that they would like to say here, is that they realize that they were giving nothing to you and that you were giving them everything. So let's see what else. Yeah. That they've been refusing to change. And leaving, yeah, this is like a romantic connection here. Oh my gosh, yeah, this person was a player. And whether or not, like, here's the thing, whether or not you were romantically involved, right? This is how they've treated everyone, is by playing them. Friends, family, co-workers, love interests, that's how they did it. But with this Four of Wands here in the middle of this reading, it's saying that this is a romantic interest here. This is someone who left you romantically frustrated with a broken heart, who never took action, right? They never took action. And that's something that they would like to acknowledge, is that they used their bag of tricks to trick you into believing that they would one day love you, but they were never willing to uncover their hearts, and they feel bad about that. They feel guilty. They're carrying that guilt, which we see here with Neptune coming through. But right now they're in a place where they're not ready to change this. They're not ready to let this energy go, because this energy has gotten them what they wanted. And I'm going to use that loosely here, because it's just an illusion of what they wanted, because what they've gotten has been taken away as easily as they received it, right? So if this is for clout, if this is for friends, it's like this person's constantly networking for friends, because their friends quickly realize that this person's never ever going to connect with them on a deeper level, or the only people that this person is able to connect with are individuals that are just as shallow as they are. Okay? And they want to tell you that they're sorry for using these tricks on you. With this Magician in the reverse here and the Fool in the reverse, these are very similar energies, right? These are very similar. This is a past energy, but they're using it in a future type way in this present moment. And they realize that. They realize that they've learned from their past that they can't love because they've been brokenhearted, whether that was from their childhood, and that's what they want to apologize for. They would apologize for saying, I wish I understood what your love meant to me. I wish I would have understood that you actually were real and not just someone who was playing a part in this game, because I tried to make you a player in this game. I was used to that. I was used to making others a player in the game because no one's ever been real. And when you showed up as a real person, that you were stable and you were ready to bring deep change, and you just needed them to have faith in the connection, and they didn't, right? They didn't want to grow with this connection. You left them, and now they feel lost. And it's not to feel bad about that. It's just it's like left thinking like, whoa, how can I bring back pile one? How can I let them know that, like, I'm really ready to change? But the truth is they realize now that they have to change on their own. And so they would say that they're sorry about not being able to change. They would say that they're sorry about being stubborn here, because it's a deep energy that's coming through here. And I feel like most of all, they would feel really inclined to tell you, I'm sorry that I kept so many secrets from you when you were so open and vulnerable with me. That's something that's coming through so strong here. Like, it's like you were open, you were ready to share, you were ready to tell them, you were ready to be there with them, you were ready to change, right? To have this journey with them. And what ended up happening was that they kept everything from you, and it was like they would only give you just a little bit so that you would continue to come back. And they recognize that, and they want to apologize for that. They want to apologize that they put you through so much, and above all, they want to apologize for breaking your heart. They would be here for you if they understood just how real you were, but because they were seeing you through their own mask, there's no way that they could have ever seen how real you really were. And that's something that really bothers them. It's interesting because on the bottom of my clarifying deck, we have the Magician here. And look, she's got this mask, right? She's got this mask on here. And it's like the truth of them is hidden in a cage, and they're showing this part of themselves to the world. And that's exactly what they did to you. It's like they didn't see that you were different until it was too late. And that's not your fault. That will never be your fault, right? It's just sometimes we have people who are so wrapped up in their own selves, their own hurt, their own pain, their own suffering, that they'll never see another person nor where they're coming from. Whether they're real, whether they're authentic, because you're seeing the world through rose-colored glasses in a way, and that's exactly what they were doing. And they want to say that I couldn't see you because I saw the world through suffering. You were a part of that suffering. And it was like, so it's not that they tried to hurt you, but this person has a way of closing themselves off so that they don't get hurt. And that has a tendency to have an adverse reaction on those that they care about, or those that they know that they could have potential caring energy with, right? Or a love relationship with, or a connection with. And they're just now coming into light about that. And that's how they would apologize to you, is realizing that you were honest about it. And now that they can't find anybody like you, they can't find anybody that shares that same energy. You're once in a lifetime person, pile one. You're a once in a lifetime person, and they realize that, and there's no coming back from that. And so they feel like it's too late. And for some, it is. For others, it's not. Everybody's at a different place on their life, and everybody has to do what's right for them. But the thing is here is that they realize that if they don't come forward, that it will be too late, because you'll get scooped up by somebody, because you deserve somebody good. Let's get some clarifiers on here. How would this person apologize to pile one? Whoa. Yeah. They would tell you that you're beautiful, you're handsome, you're wonderful, you're amazing. They have you on this pedestal. They have you on this pedestal of life, realizing that they'll never be able to come up to your level if they don't choose to change, right? And their higher self is working to help them change, but their physical self feels so small and so unlike themselves. And so when you came in, again, it's like that idea. It's I wanted to blame you for my suffering because you were so big. Your energy was so bright and bold and beautiful. And I want to blame you for my suffering, but I'm not realizing that you had to defend yourself against me. And I didn't realize the hurt and the pain that I was bringing in. And I'm sorry for that. But they do think about you a lot. And now this person resides in a dark place. Right? They're in this place where it's like things are changing for them because your light has been removed from their life. Look here, you have this sun, you can see the scenery behind them, but now it's just dark and dreary and unwelcoming. And again, with the birds here, it's like with the Magician, if you saw the red bird in the cage, this is that energy coming through here. It's like they're now being led to finding out parts about themselves that they've locked away for a long time. And with those parts of themselves opening up, it's very uncomfortable for them. But it's like helping them realize just what they put you through. But not yet ready to ground down into a physical apology yet. They're not ready to do that, but they are changing. Okay, whether that's a lot or a little, it doesn't matter. There is a change that's happening in their lives right now. And I think really ultimately this person wants to share that with you. It's like they get so excited that they've gone to the next level. They get so excited that they're not doing some of the things that they used to, like that. If if they have a addiction problem, maybe they're coming clean, right? And that energy, it's like so excited, like, oh, I wish I could tell pile one, like, I'm actually getting clean, I'm actually changing my life around. But they know that that's not something that they can do, but they want to prove to you that they can be better, but they also know that they have to show it. They can't just talk about it, because their words are what got them into this mess before. Their lack of action. I feel like this person's a smooth talker. This person will tell you all the things that you want to hear. In that very optimistic energy, they know no stranger. But in knowing no stranger, no one truly knows them. You know? Yeah. And they do feel a sense of incompleteness without you. We do have the 5 of Cups coming through here, but again, that sense of networking. They've networked with so many people, but look at this image, is so telling. It's like they miss you. Again, with the red bird, it's like they feel like you are home to them. They feel like you're everything to them. And they want to tell you that, but they don't know how. They don't even know where to start. This person is so scared to even come forward, because ultimately they're afraid of what you're going to say. Not the fact that you're going to tell them that they hurt you. That's not. They're afraid that you're going to tell them that you don't want them in your life, that it's over. And that's the fear that keeps them away. And that's their fear to deal with. That has nothing to do with you. Okay? What's on the bottom of the deck here? Oh my gosh, I didn't even know this was here. We have the 8 of Swords on the bottom of the deck. They're so anxious and afraid, and they tried to control things. It wasn't working. And again, this just was what I was saying. It's like their fear is what's keeping them away from you. Their fear. Because they see you as this beautiful, balanced individual. What's peeking out here? The Knight. Look, we have the 4 of Coins and the Knight of... Or the 4 of Coins and the 4 of Wands coming out. So they're trying to close out a cycle. They're trying to find stability. But you were the stable one in their life. And when you left, everything that they knew crumbled, right? Look at this mirrored energy here. They see you on top and they feel like they're at the bottom. Whether that's right for them or wrong for them, it's just what simply is. And they feel like they're stuck, and they're stuck following in this life that they've always known, but they're trying to find the way out. They're trying to find a way to give back to you, to give back to this connection. They really are. And how would they apologize? They'd tell you that they want to change for you, but they realize that it would take one word from you for that to never be so, because you're the one that's healing. Look, and you have these 2 images here. Like, this feels like your energy. This feels like your energy. This is their energy and their energy. Look, and it's like even with you being in the picture here, there's stars lighting up the darkness. But look at when they're by themselves, it's very dark without you. You light up my life. Yeah, it's like, I think that song came out in another reading not too long ago. Right? Like, that's the thing. It's like you're the reason that they see anything. You showed that to them, and they want to acknowledge that. They want to say that, and they would say that. But I feel like how they would apologize to you is telling you that they're scared to be vulnerable. They're scared to be open. They're scared to be their real self with you, because their real self has been denied and oppressed and judged by so many people, and it would just kill them emotionally and egoically if you did that to them. And that's why they're so scared, because they see you as someone different. It's not to say that you would, but that's the fear that's coming through here. It's like, oh my gosh, if pile 1 ever saw the real me and they judged that part of me, what would I have then? Then I would really know that no one was real in life. But you're the most real thing that they've ever had, and they can't overcome that. Now it's dark. Without you in their life, it's dark. And you're the one that brought in the light. You're the one that brought in the hope. Like, this is you and this is them. Or vice versa. However you see it, it doesn't matter. It's just seeing this energy here. You're the one that brought in the hope, the light. Help them get out of the darkness. Okay, let's get some oracles on it, pile one. Okay, please have some oracle cards. Wow, thank you, Source. That was fast. Yeah, embrace your emotions. Allow your feelings to surface and be accepted. This is what they're having a hard time with. They're having a hard time expressing and even feeling their emotions. Right? Why? It's like, why do you have such a hard time? Some people do. Some people would much rather run away from their emotions than to ever deal with them, because that feels safer. Even though it's an illusion, right? It's an illusion that we believe in. It's an illusion that we've convinced ourselves is okay for us to follow and so on, but it's not. Yeah, they're trying to heal their inner child, right? This is something that they've been working on here. They're trying to find that sense of innocence as you remind them that it exists, and they want to go back towards that. And so they would tell you that, like, I want to have fun with you. I want to have a life with you. I want to be able to play with you. They may even want to have children with you because you make it look so effortless. But I don't know how to do that because I'm so comfortable in denying who I am. We have Neptune coming out again. Dream and transcend. Yeah, they dream about you. You're the only one that enters their dreams. The only one. Even now they're like thinking, oh my gosh, like I really blew it with pile one. You could be a Pisces. Like, this is interesting. The card moved when I put the deck down, and we have 12th house coming out with spirituality, transcendence, karma, sacrificial service, and healing. Yeah, so it's like they were their own worst enemies because they were always being a martyr. They were self-sacrificing themselves, and while they didn't do that same energy with you, it's like they tried to protect themselves because the energy between the two of you was so strong. So now they're healing karma. They have to heal this karma before they can ever come back into your life, if that's ever in the cards for you, right? It's going to be different for everyone, and it's going to depend on what you want too. You have free will. At the end of the day, you get to choose what you want in your life, and that's what's so beautiful about it. Like, we have cat intuition here, number 37. What did I say at the beginning? This person has a very difficult time following and listening to their intuition. They just don't. It's like they may be very spiritual, they may believe, they may be very religious, whatever it is, but they do not trust their intuition. They don't know how. They don't believe that their intuition is going to get them where they need to go. They need to have physical answers. And so this person may be going through a time where all of a sudden your name may be appearing a lot in their lives, right? We have 38 on the bottom with Lizard Spirit. Dream the world into being. Yeah, they're definitely dreaming about you. They want you to be a part of their manifestation. They want you to be in their life. They do, but they also realize that they may have really messed things up. It says, you are a light worker. God needs you to shine your divine light and love like an angel upon the earth and all of its inhabitants. Yeah, this is Indriel. So it's like you've shined a light in their life. Again, it's that idea, right? All of these connecting the dots here. Let's see what we got going on here. Whoa. Love is all around you. There is love everywhere all the time. Simply acknowledge this as truth. And this is what they're having a hard time realizing. But when you were in their life, right? Again, this idea, you brought this sense of fun and play and innocence into their life. And you helped them understand what love could be, right? And then you left, and they're left back with their own darkness and their own hurt and their own pain. And they see you emerging, and they want to admit that. They want to say that you're emerging into this beautiful being. You're overcoming all those things, and you inspire them to be a better person. But they don't know how. And they feel like, if I don't come up with a good apology, like, this person is never going to ever accept me in their life. Like we have water energy coming through here. Once again, spirituality, emotion, intuition, and compassion. Again, seeing that you're very spiritual, you're very intuitive, but while they're spiritual, they don't understand why they can't connect with their intuition the way that you do. It's because they trust the physical more than they trust the divine. And that's something, especially with the magician coming out here. Like they trust in the physical world. It's hard for them to trust in anything besides what they see with their own eyes and what they're feeling. If anything makes them feel a certain way, it's like they trust that feeling rather than listening to their spirit and saying, okay, this is a trigger. This is something we can heal. This is something that we can overcome. So we do have Cancer, Scorpio, and Pisces coming through here. So this person could be a water sign, or you could be a water sign, or they could have water highly aspect in their chart. We have number 23, News, Raven, another 5 coming out here. So you could see 555 a lot when you're thinking about this person or when this person is thinking about you. I do feel like eventually they're not going to be able to hold back. Eventually they will come forward with an apology. It could be a whole lifetime. You know, I can't say it's going to be tomorrow or in the next year or so. It could be a whole lifetime, but I do feel like eventually this person's going to be burdened by their guilt, that they are going to come forward and say something. They're just going to be like, look, I'd just rather get this off my chest. And remember, in some cases, this is to make themselves feel better, not to necessarily relieve the situation, but to make themselves feel better, hoping that they're going to feel better by apologizing. So whatever it is that you feel like you need to say, don't ever shy away from that, right? It's okay to say what you need to say, because sometimes if we're not being honest with ourselves, if we're not letting it out, then we're denying ourselves our truth. And so it's like not to be mean or malicious to this person. It's not anything like that, but it is to say what you need to say. And I feel like that's something that's coming, or you're having news coming into your life where you're going to find someone that is going to be there with you through thick and thin. And this person's going to have to watch from a distance. So we have number 21, be at peace. Be peace, dove spirit here. Yeah, they see you having peace and harmony within your life, within your emotions. And that's something that they wish that they could have. And they would apologize to you for being so tumultuous and maybe malicious. There could be in some sense here where this person was malicious to you, especially when it came to love. Like maybe you offered them love and they just made fun of it, or they were just not very kind to you. And it's like, you're kind of like, whoa, hold on. Like, don't you feel this connection? Oh yeah, they were aware. They were very aware of this connection. But remember, this person lives in the 3D realm. What's tangible? What can I feel? What can I see? And so it's very difficult for them to believe in things that they don't physically feel with their hands or see with their eyes. Like they may feel the connection through their heart, but that's not enough for them to change their ways. And that's something that they would bring out in their apology. Like they'd tell you that. They'd be real with that. So we have number 24 with electric eel spirit. Bring your ideas to life. It's funny because when I saw this turn over and I saw the electric eel, I was just like thinking about how they stung you, or how it was just this idea of being very dualistic. Like you're the positive to their negative, right? And that's why it was so magnetic. And it's like they realize that now. And now that you're gone, it's been neutralized. There is no more magnetic energy in their life. And again, with 6, with the 24 here, we have 6. It's like balance, harmony, peace, right? Being at peace. Seeing yourself through the eyes of the divine. We said that in the beginning. They have a very difficult time loving themselves. But they see you're always growing. They see that you're always bringing these new things into life. They see that you're always trying to give back to others, and that's something that they have a hard time doing in their own journey, in their own life. So just a second. Okay, sorry about that. I'm having issues with the door. So let's see what your angel message is. We have Athena. It is safe for you to be powerful. You know how to be powerful in a loving way that benefits others as well as yourself. Yeah, so I feel like that's the thing. They would apologize because I feel like you intimidated them. Being in your power, being in your love and in your light, you really intimidated them. And so that's something that they would bring in their apology. It's like, why would you bring that into your apology? Well, it's because they're just trying to explain why they would say these things, or why it is that they feel they owe you an apology. It's just you scared them. And, you know, again, it's nothing against you. Like, we always have to remember, like, when someone is feeling a certain way about us, it's oftentimes, very rare is it actually us, right? Most of the time, it is a projection of where that person is. And that's sometimes really hard because it feels so personal, right? It feels so personal. Actually, let's wait on this for a second. Let's get some yin yang cards here. Let me see where I'm at. Okay. We just have some yin yang cards in regards to how this person would apologize. Okay. Thank you. Yeah, I feel like you got assistance. We had spirit guides, assistance flip over here. I feel like you got assistance to leave this person. But I feel like it was difficult. I really feel like this was hard for you to say, I can't do this anymore. Like, I cannot give in to this anymore. And so your spirit guides were like, let me help you leave. Let me help you come back to yourself. You deserve so much better, you know? Yeah, and look, they're in the shadow. They're in the shadow side, the dark night, the moon energy. Right now they're dealing with a lot of their darkness, the mask. Isn't that interesting that this would come out after we were talking about how they're left in the dark after you left? They're the ones left in the dark. You're not. It's like you're finding yourself, right? And we never fully heal. We're just always trying to find ourselves and come back to our own light, away from all the hurt and the pain that we've experienced in life. And sometimes that's not easy. Yeah, growth, Summer. This was brought into your life to help you grow, to help you realize that you deserved better situations than what it was that you were giving into. Like, if this was a situation that you found yourself giving into a lot, you deserved better than that. This was brought on to help you grow from that, right? To grow from the darkness into the light, to embrace your own inner light and realize that you don't have to give that away to others just because you care about them, right? But again, they're showing that they're very closed off, they're guarded, they're very resistant to change. And we saw that in the reading with the Five of Wands. Their obstinate refusal to change. They don't want to change. This person has a hard time, but there's going to be some real things that come into their life that are going to make them change, because it's like, when you treat people a certain way for so long, eventually something's going to happen. It's like, yeah, it may look like they're winning for a while, right? It may look like that. But eventually, reality and the truth sets in, and the truth will always come out. It just happens that way. And what was I saying? That, again, that's harmony, that peace. We have stability, harmony, and flow coming through here. Seeing yourself through the eyes of the divine, being at peace. The number 6 is seeing yourself with eyes of unconditional love, being at harmony, peace, balance, right? And they see that. They see that. But do you see the difference? Look at this. Here's their energy and here's your energy. It's like so different, right? They're in this darkness. They're in the dark. Look, again, you have the shadow with the transcendence. Again, you're seeing things from a whole new perspective, and they're still stuck in the darkness. And so how would they apologize to you? I feel like they would explain all of this to you and explain why, like, they feel like they had to treat you that way, right? And that comes down to they were just scared, and their fear made them do whatever it was that came through. So our fear will make us do some weird things in life. Let's go ahead and check out this card. I'm going to read it from the book. We have number 19. Look, dream a beautiful dream. This person dreams about you a lot. A lot. They cannot get away from it. And that's like a constant reminder. Every time you're in one of their dreams, like, it's just a constant reminder of what they don't have in their life anymore. And that really gets them. It really upsets them. And it's like, you may be like, good, they deserve that. You know, and it's hard not to be, especially when someone's hurt us like this, right? It's hard not to be like vicious about it, or like, oh my gosh, whatever they get, they deserve. But remembering that that's still a trigger for us, right? Like, that's something that we get to heal when we feel like that, when we feel like they deserve the hardships, or they deserve the whatever it is that they put out, they get back, you know. That's still a healing aspect for us, because in truth, the only real control or any real love that we can give in this point is to wish them the best and hope that they can find their own light. But you can see here that you brought the light into their life. It says the urge to create is the same within you as it is for the universal creator. It also has the same magical ability to draw harmony into being and to find beautiful order in chaos. Again, harmony, peace, like you're a very harmonious person, and they're realizing that now you're very unique. This includes bringing harmony and perfect balance of well-being into your body, mind, and emotions. This is also a part of you that wants to dream of beauty and bring it into life in as many ways as possible, in how you eat, you dress, you look, you behave, make love, create art, relate to your community, write your poetry by moonlight, or bathe by candlelight. If you have come to believe that your love of beauty is superficial rather than a genuine expression of your heart's appreciation of symmetry, harmony, and grace, then you may block your ability to create harmony in your life. Wasn't that what I was saying in the beginning? Like, they're very superficial. And they thought you were too. But when you eradicated yourself from the situation, they realized that you were actually very real. You may believe to be an unworthy goal, yet beauty, genuine beauty, rather than superficial glamour, flows from within, right? Flow, stability, harmony here. I love these confirmations. It is an expression of radiance within the heart and a love of life. You have struggled with the obsessive attitude towards beauty that tends to prevail in the human culture. Then it is time to look. It says, if you have struggled with the obsessive attitude towards beauty that tends to prevail in human culture, then it is time for you to look to nature instead. Her beauty is boundless, quirky, and endlessly diverse. If you feel blocked, thwarted, or contaminated by others in your quest to bring your beautiful dreams to life, you may feel that your heart is dulled, minimized, or shut down. Small-mindedness can limit beauty to a very narrow physical sense. However, you can shun the social disease of superficial, narrow definitions of beauty and thumb your nose at airbrushed images and dare to love what is. Honoring nature is one example. Give yourself permission to feel and be beautiful in many ways. You can feel harmony outside of what is supposed to be harmonious. If you are brave and wild enough, you can even find beauty and harmony against the chaos of change. Sensing that change is just the creative process kicking into gear, realizing there is nothing to fear, brings even greater beauty, harmony, surrender, and grace to the experience of life, creating itself in more stunning forms through you. Yeah. This is like summing up everything that was going through here. It's like they're realizing how superficial they are. And they realize how you're very authentic. And that contrast is what makes them feel so bad. So this is definitely a completion for them. For number 19 to come out here, we have 10, and that's bringing this to a close. So you came into their life to help them close out this cycle. Whether that means they're meant to be with you on the journey or not, that's not really about this. But this is what they would talk about. This is what they would tell you if they had a chance to apologize to you from the heart of their being. These are the things that they would try to tell you, to explain to you why they treated you the way that they did. Okay? If you feel like this is your reading, leave a little bunny rabbit down below in the comments and say, I have become my own light. Let Source know that you claim this energy and that you're calling in your light. Leave me a thumbs up down below, but I'm going to go ahead and leave that here and get on out of here. I do want to take a quick second, though, to thank your guides, your spirit messengers, your angel source, and my spirit guides for coming together to give us this beautiful message. And until next time, stay human, Pile One. Bye. Hello, my fellow human. If you were drawn to this black obsidian arrowhead, or if you were drawn to this card during the shuffle, this is going to be your reading on how would they apologize if they could. First and foremost, these are general readings, so please take what resonates and leave what does not, knowing that as you interact with the channel by liking, commenting, and subscribing, it does allow me an opportunity to directly connect with your energy and get you out more resonant readings. And if you guys are interested in supporting the channel further, check out the links down below where you'll be able to email me for a personal reading where I will get you out further information as well as scheduling options. And also my podcast link is down below where you can follow me on over there. It's just a fun, chill hangout session with yours truly, and I hope to see you there. So what I'm going to do with the dice today is get some information about this person, some traits, some characteristics. so that you can see if this is your pile or not. If you don't resonate with the dice reading, then know that you can always pick one of the other piles. So we will go ahead and get that now. So source for pile number 2, what can you tell us about this person on pile 2's mind? And what can you let us know about this person so that they know that this is the message for them, source? Can you let us know about the person on pile 2's mind? Can you let us know about this person on pile 2's mind, source? Okay, so we have the 5th house, we have Venus energy, and we have Aquarius energy. Okay. So this person tends to be dramatic, really dramatic, okay? Like, everything is about them, everything is always against them, everything is this, that, and the other. They are very detached emotionally, like they do not emotionally connect with people at all. And they're very much like the finer things in life. This is someone who you see always going and getting new nails, you see them getting a new car all the time, new kicks. Like, this is someone who is always upgrading their look. This is someone, but not like in a way where most people do, you know, like, oh, they get their nails done every 2 weeks or, you know, once a month or whatever it is. Like, this person goes literally like every 3 days and they're changing their look. They're changing how they are. They want something new. Like, this person spends a lot of money on their appearance and how they look in life, okay? If this is not a woman, then this is a man who is constantly trying to buy whatever's the latest and greatest. Like, they have Jordans, but they have Jordans, a pair for every day of the year. You know what I mean? Like, this is someone who's always trying to get in with the Joneses. They're trying to keep up with the Joneses. They're very flirty. This is someone who's very flirty, and they're very childish sometimes. Like, they have a very childlike energy about them, but they're also can tend to be very childish about things. So, like, if things don't go their way, this is someone who would probably throw a temper tantrum, right? But this person does have a lot of hobbies. They do have a lot of interests. They could have a problem with gambling. They might be at the casinos every weekend, or they might be at the tracks every weekend, or whatever. They have, this could be someone who is constantly dating, like a serial dater, but non-committal. But they do express themselves, like that's a big thing for them, is self-expression, the way that others see them. But they're always networking. This is an interesting energy coming through here. They seem to be very future-oriented, right? They do seem to be like, oh, like I need to make sure that I'm set for the future. But in reality, I feel like this person struggles. I feel like this person maintains an image to personify someone and something that they're not or that they don't have, okay? They're very impersonal. They can be very quirky. They may have a very, very good sense of humor. This person does. That's how they connect with people, is through their sense of humor. They're always on their phone. They're always on their computer. This person is in love with technology. Like, if they go to dinner, they're on their phone. If they go out to coffee, they're on their phone. Like, this person is always, like, they're trying to have a conversation with you, they're on their phone. Like, it's something that you're probably like, oh, just put your phone down for a minute, please. Please put your phone down, please. And they don't. They seem very scattered sometimes. They're like, you're trying to tell them something important, and this person has a very hard time listening to you. But they are very logical, right? And they do hit people with their logic, which makes them feel like that they were listening to them. And so this person has a way of using their words to make others feel like they have a stance with where they're at, right? Like that they're coming from a very logical, rational place. And so they're also very ambitious. Okay, this is someone who's extremely ambitious. They are married to work. This is someone who is always trying to do better for themselves, right? They attract a lot of people in their lives, relationships, connections, sexual relationships, friends, whatever it is. They like art. They're very sociable. They do appear very harmonious, but at times they're someone who does not like to compromise, okay? Also, you may notice that this person cracks their neck a lot. Like, they may always crack their neck. They may seem very comfortable, but I feel like once you've been around them for a long time, you realize how uncomfortable they are. but they do give off a sort of feminine grace. Like, they're very graceful in the way that they approach others. Like, it's a very outgoing person, but they're just not attached to people. Like, it's like they don't care. If they lose a friend one week, it's cool because they're going to replace that friend with 10 people the next week. Like, that's how this person is. They just do not get attached. It's like they're very egotistical in a sense, right? Especially the 5th house coming out here. It's something that's like very egotistical at times. And they're good with social nuances, right? Like, they're very good with it. They're able to blend flawlessly in with the social norms, what's expected. Well, let's get some tarot on it. Excuse me, I need a drink. I have the hiccups. Okay. So, source, how would pile number 2... How would this person apologize to pile number 2? How would this person apologize to pile number 2? And we'll probably get some more about what's going on with the situation as well. Just an in-depth reading overall. How would this person apologize to pile number 2, source? Okay, thank you. How would this person apologize to pile number 2? How would this person apologize to pile number 2, source? Whoa, thank you. Okay, I want to be like that. Okay, how would this person apologize to pile number 2, source? Thank you. I hear that song right now. Gimme, gimme, gimme a man after midnight. Won't somebody help me chase the shadows away? Okay, so let's go with it. Yeah, this person had nothing to give to you. And like, this is somebody who's awful with money, too. Like with this page of coins in the reverse here, this person is not good with their money, right? What I was getting with this energy up here, like, they spend and they spend to keep up with the Joneses, to appear a certain way. This is somebody who would buy a house and a car just to appear a certain way, but they would never invite you over to their house because they don't have money for furniture. Because everything that they goes into financing their house or goes into financing their car. Like, they don't have anything left over. They never drive anywhere because it's always on empty. Do you see what I'm saying? Like, they're just trying to hold up appearances. But they're not going to take you out on a road trip or anything like that because this person is very terrible with their money. Awful. And they see you going positive places. They see you going where you're growing. You're outgrowing a lot of things. And that's something that they would definitely bring up. That you seem to be getting help from the spiritual realm. That you're finding happiness finally. And that you became cold and callous to them after they didn't have anything to give to you. And they didn't understand that, right? Like, because, like, they usually get whatever they want, but at the same time, it's like I was saying, like, this person has no problem cutting people off, but they weren't used to people cutting them off because of how they appear. It's like, oh, if I appear like a rich person, people are going to want to be around me because they want money. That's all people want. Look at this already with some heavy hitters. Yeah, some heavy hitters coming in. Like, look at this. So how would they apologize? They would apologize for not taking a chance on you, giving you a chance, right? They would apologize for not being able to have the money to take you out. Like, they wish they could treat you better. They wish that they could give you more. Like, they really wish that they were the embodiment of what it was that they are trying to portray, because they feel like if they had that you would have stuck around. But I don't feel like you would have. I feel like that's the thing. Like, this person doesn't realize that this is just a mask that they're wearing. And truthfully, the thing is here is that they watched you walk away. They watched you be guided away. They watched you look at yourself. And they would apologize that they didn't see you for who you were. That their only concern is the material world. But the main thing here is that they want to give you more. Because in their mind, it's like, if I gave them more, then we could have actually had a connection. But it would have been a very sexual connection anyways. Like this person, so I do feel like this person is not able to connect with their higher self, especially with the Hermit here in the middle here. Like they're just not willing to look at themselves. Because if you see here, it's like he's looking at you walking away. That's the only thing that shed any light in this person's life, was you walking away. It didn't really make them realize anything. And so if they came to apologize for you, that's really what this person would apologize for, is not having more money or more finances to treat you better, to appear the way that they want to appear. This person's very egotistical. Like, just honestly, this person's very egotistical. This is something they don't share with a lot of people. I do feel like this does bleed out from their personality, though, and their characteristic. Because the thing is this person seems so sure of themselves. But here you are coming in as a King of Wands, right? You're the one who became your own best friend in this situation. You had to leave. You had to stop letting this person be a weakness in your life, right? And crippling you. I feel like this person crippled you to a point of, like, where you would always give to them. Like, you would always be there for them. Like, you would always show up for them. Yeah. And because of that, it's like the only reason that they're even considering observing this situation is because they watched you walk away before they could walk away first. They're so used to saying goodbye first. And yeah, you know, it could be somebody that's a narcissist. Who knows? I mean, everybody deals with different people. But like, if you did deal with a narcissist, and that's, this reading is in regards to a narcissist, we're saying here, you know, they have a problem when they're not the ones who discard, and they have a problem being discarded. And the only reason that they invite people back in is so that they can be the ones then who discard you, so that they can feel superior. But ultimately, this person has nothing to give. And that's something that I feel like their higher self realized. But I do feel like this person is so disconnected. Like, I honestly don't feel like we're even getting messages from their higher self. I feel like this is like the weird things that they think about, right? Oh, the weird things that I would say to pile number 2. But you know, they really believe this. They really believe that they would say, oh, I'm sorry, pile 2, for not having more money to give to you. I'm sorry for not being a stronger support system in your life. I'm sorry that I couldn't provide you with more material things. And look, it's like you have these swords cards all coming through, and that's what's made you happy, is being completely honest with yourself. Right? That's what brought you happiness, was just being honest with yourself about the situation at hand here. And realizing that sometimes you have to cut people out. And you left, but it's like, look at this. It's like you're the one that's on defense from their crazy antics. Like, this person has no love to give. They don't even have money to give. They don't have wisdom to give. This person has no action to give. You're the one that had to take action for yourself because of the instability in this relationship, right? You had to leave. And it's like, oh, they may be like, oh, they're just greedy. Like, that's why they didn't want to stick around in my life, because they're just greedy. And I think it has so much more to do with other things than that. It's so much more involved than just greed. Like, it's not even about greed. I feel like you don't even care about the money. What you cared about is that this person never cared about you the way that they should have, right? Because they could only give to you what they give to themselves. And in their mind, they're only accepted by others if they have the money. And so I feel like you're building your life. You're building your foundations. You could be building financial success in your life. And here's the thing is, I feel like this person, if you ever became financially independent, financially free, and this is not to stop you from doing that, please understand, this is saying that this person would hold it against you because you became more successful than they are. That's how disconnected they are. I don't feel like this person even considers giving an apology, like a real apology. Like, if they were to ever say, I'm sorry, it's literally just for, I'm sorry that I couldn't treat you more with material things. But see, I feel like this is Source coming in and saying, look at your energy. You've grown. You walked away. You did the internal work, right? You worked on yourself. And now you're realizing where your weaknesses were. Maybe this was a big picture that they painted for you. They just made it so beautiful and so irresistible. You know, especially if there's other people involved, like if you have kids or something like that, and they promise, oh, you know, like we'll send the kids to private school, or we'll send the kids to Disney World, or, you know, like these things. Like I keep feeling like there's kids involved in somebody's situation here. It's a very specific message coming through here. But it's like they painted a picture that involved everyone. And it was like maybe the first time that had happened to you, where it was like, oh, okay, you're actually considering me with my whole family. Like it's not, we're separate from each other. Like you really see us as a whole together. And they really painted this picture and made you a lot of promises. But it's like, at the end of the day, there is no Arizona, right? Like there is no Arizona, no painted desert, no Sedona. If there were a Grand Canyon, she could fill it up with the lies he's told her, but they don't exist. Those dreams he sold her, she'll wake up and find there is no Arizona, right? Like that's it. It's like there is no Arizona. This person was full of nothing but lies. And if they were to come through with their higher self, that's what their higher self would want them to tell you is, I'm sorry I lied. I'm sorry I lied so much to you. But really, their physical self, their consciousness, if they ever even toy with the idea of forgiveness, of you forgiving them, okay, like coming through and asking for forgiveness, if they ever even physically toy with it, it has to come down to the fact that they didn't feel like they had enough to give you, and that makes them feel less than. But in truth, it's like they only want to be perceived as someone who's very stable, very financially secure, someone who can provide everyone with everything. Like you might have realized this person would have put themselves in the hole just to take everyone out to dinner so that they can maintain this crazy idea of themselves. This is peeking over here. We have the 8 of coins. Yeah, look. They put themselves through torture just to appear a certain way. It's like this person had no idea what it was to struggle, even though they were struggling all the time, and they may have made you struggle all the time and you had to leave. Yeah, look, we have the Ace of Swords coming out saying here, it's the truth. Like somebody here was struggling with this person and you had to make a decision. Do I continue to struggle and hope that one day this person's promises are finally going to manifest into reality? Or do I just bite the bullet and go and take my own life, you know, like, and find what's good for me? Excuse me. Excuse me. Whew. Yeah, so that's, you know, again, these confirmations that are coming through here, it's like this energy, it's like you had to realize what was more important to you. Is it more important to be with somebody who can't even realize or recognize up from down, or do I recognize what's good for me and what's good for my own? And that may have been really difficult for you. And this person just, like, they don't really acknowledge that. I do feel like their higher self does acknowledge that, but it's like I said, it's like this person, this is a very low vibrational energy coming through here. And so even with their higher self, it's like they're so connected to the physical realm that they can't even let us connect with their higher self, because that would just be out of the question. It's like this person doesn't want us to connect in that way. So we have the Knight of Coins coming out here. Look, over the Hermit. This is the only thing that they could say, oh, well, they never gave me enough time. They never gave me enough time to prove to them. Pile 2 is just always in a hurry. They were always in a hurry to have more. They were always in a hurry because of this. Like, they just never gave me enough time to build. And it's like, I can already hear some of you, I gave that person a decade. I gave that person 5 years. Like, I gave them more than enough time to even just show me that they were willing to make a change, and I had to leave. Like I said, this person, that's the only thing that they toy with, and apology-wise, is that, oh my gosh, like, if I just had the money that you needed, you would still stay with me. And I do feel like in some it's not that you're a gold digger. That's not what this is. It's literally like it would have at least shown to you that they were willing to make an effort, right? If they had at least stood up to one of their promises instead of trying to impress everyone else with what they didn't actually have. And please have some clarifying messages for pile number 2, source. Whoa, that's a huge stack of cards here, source. All right, let's check these out real quick. So we have the Knight of Wands. Yeah, this is a very dark energy. Again, this idea, very low vibrational energy here. This person, though, they also want sex. Like, this person just wants to have sexual connections. Like, they don't want to build anything on that. It's like, here we go, the 5 of Wands. Their obstinate refusal to change. You're the one that had to regain balance after everything, right? But look, it's like they're mad at you for having abundance now. It's like this energy of like, oh no, they can't have abundance. And here we go with the Magician coming out, with them wearing the mask, right? They're wearing the mask. You're not. You're the one that had to choose. Do I manifest my life and what I want and take a risk on myself, even though it's hard? Even though this is the most difficult thing I've ever done, or do I stick around and let this person continue to bamboozle people in their lives? We do have the Death card on the bottom over here, showing that this person is very dramatic. Like, I'm just going to tell you, this just feels very dramatic to me. I don't feel like they're changing, okay? Like, that's not what I feel like. I feel like this person's very dramatic and trying to convince them. These are little gnomes right here. Right? Like, oh my gosh, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So we have like Snow White and the 7 dwarfs, right? These are like little gnomes coming in here. And it's like, here she is eating the apple and she's like passed out. I'm not saying that that's something that's like not true. Like, the story is the story, but it just feels like this is very dramatic to me. And it's like they're all worried. They're able to get people to worry about them. They're able to get others to react to their dramatics. And here, you're over here scrutinizing it. Like, wait, hold on. As the Empress that you are, right? They're trying to stand out like you are, but they can't. Because you see them at their core. Like, you realize who this person is. And that's something that really baffles them. It really does bother them. Let's get one more card out, source. I just want one card. Not the whole deck. Okay. May I please have one more card here for pile number 2? Whoa, okay, thank you. Yeah, we have the King of Swords coming out again. Yeah, you're the one that came back. Like, you're not came back, but came back to yourself. Like, you're the one that had to cut them out. You realized that it wasn't going to work. Like, you realize this is not going to work for me. This person's a smooth talker. This person will say whatever they want to get what they want. Like, I have to be the one that's the bigger person here and realize and recognize what is right for me. And then you have the Pope on the bottom. This is that energy. This person wants to be praised. But I feel like you're the one that actually calls in the attention that this person is dying to have. But it's like somehow they twist it around to make it seem like they're the ones that are calling in the attention and that you're not. And so, yeah, and you have the Ace of Cups here. It's like they're trying to copy you, right? They're trying to be seen as you, but they're not. They're not you, right? And they see you as this independent person who's going to find something beautiful in your life. But this person they don't even, like, I feel like their higher self can't even come in and tell us what's going on because their higher self is trying to help this person see the light. And this person is just so shrouded in darkness. Like, they don't understand. And the reason they're so dark is because this person only cares about one thing. They only can care about money. That's all they care about. Let's get some oracles out for you. Okay, thank you, source. But don't worry, you are protected from this person. And part of being on this was just for you to realize that you had an opportunity to grow from this person. I feel like you definitely learned the lesson. Whatever was connected to this karmically, you absolutely learned that lesson and you were able to move on and to choose yourself. That's sometimes one of the hardest things that you have to do in life is to choose yourself. Especially when you feel like you care so deeply about a person, but really maybe they've just pulled the wool over your eyes, and it's hard to admit that too. Like, oh my gosh, somebody actually was fooling me. But, yeah, solitude. This one flipped over. We have solitude here with island. You had to find space to be yourself, to learn who you were. This is that hermit energy coming back in. Right? You had to find space to be yourself. I feel like you'd taken on so much of this person's energy. It's like you didn't know where you started and where they began. But they brought in so much strength into your life. And I feel like that's the thing. They didn't actually bring you the strength, but you just realized through this connection just how strong you were. But it was a mountain to climb. It wasn't easy. This is like the hike of a lifetime. It's like you had to go through it, and you maybe had no supplies. Right? It was like, basically, I hope I make it to the top of this mountain alive. And you did. You did. Yeah, see? We have number 1 coming out here. Listen with your heart. You're listening, but need to hear with a loving heart. And I feel like this is this person, like they don't listen to you with a loving heart. Like they just listen to you in order to find a way to defend themselves or to make themselves seem like the bigger person, to seem like they're the better person. And for you, it may be hard for you to listen now to hear this message, but it's at the same time when you open your heart to knowing that you learn something powerful from this, that you are an empowered being and you get to empower yourself. This is not something cruel that you went through. It's just we're always going to run into people like this on earth because we live in a dualistic life. And there's so many complexities to people. It's like sometimes it's hard for us to even get closer to a person because of the complexities and the multifaceted beings that we are. We have 33 on the bottom, master number here. Also, it's about creation, being able to connect with your guides. Appreciate this moment. Every situation is an opportunity to grow and to find love. Look, I cannot make this stuff up. They're saying this was an opportunity for you to grow, and I do feel like you did grow from it. I feel like you learned a very valuable lesson, and that was how strong you were in situations that maybe you feel disempowered from. I love this. The snake spirit came out for you. Number 55, another master number here. Time to heal, right? You've completed a cycle. Now it's time for you to heal, to transform, to shed the skin of the past. Time for you to heal. This was not an easy journey for you. Look, we have koi spirit on the bottom here. There is always enough. And it's like feeling like there's not enough. Maybe they made you believe there wasn't enough, right? Maybe from their crazy energy and everything like that, they were really making you feel like there wasn't enough to go around, like that there would never be enough. And that's why they were doing what they were doing, and maybe they felt like, okay, this is the one that wants to be out. Maybe they feel like, like, oh, that's why. It's like there isn't enough, and or not that they feel like, but they're telling others that pile 2, you left because there wasn't enough. Like, that's the only reason that you left, because I didn't have enough. We have Isabella here. Yes, the timing is right for this new venture. A happy outcome follows your positive expectations. It's like just staying positive on your journey. Sometimes that's difficult after experiencing suffering and hardships. But it is feasible. It is possible. Faith makes things possible, not easy. And that's what you're learning here, is to have faith, not only in the divine, but in yourself. Above all else, to have faith in yourself is so powerful. Look, we have purpose with shark here, with 36. Didn't we just get 36 somewhere else here? Yeah. Right here, 36 and 36. You may see that number a lot. You may see 999 a lot too. This idea, it's like you're going from being this koi fish, which is like a member of the goldfish family, to being a shark, right? You're becoming the predator. No longer are you the hunted. You're becoming the hunter. And I feel that's very strong here. You're on your path of purpose. So 36 might be a number that comes up. And just a reminder to always know what it is that you want out of life. But this was absolutely a part of your path to help guide you towards your path of purpose, right? Sometimes we have to go on detours in order to get to where we're going because we're stubborn. That's a human trait. Like, we get to be stubborn and we don't want to change because we're on a path, or we think that we know everything that's good for us. And really, it's our emotional ego that's actually guiding us, and the hurts and the wounds and the suffering that we've gone through. And we're not realizing that, right? So we have House 11 here, friends, like-minded groups, and humanitarian beliefs. Yeah, you're coming up into a place of connecting with like-minded people, but you had to climb this mountain to realize what your worth was. This person was never going to understand your worth because they don't know what's actually valuable. They really believe that monetary things are valuable, and they're not. We have Stag Spirit here, take the lead with number 58. So 13 coming again through. It's time for you to transform. Spread your wings and fly. It's time for you to become the leader in your life. And I feel like that's it. And I'm sorry that this wasn't more about like what apologies were going to, how they would apologize. But excuse me, I feel like this is really the truth here. It's like Spirit saying like this person doesn't even consider asking for forgiveness because they don't carry it like that. They just carried it, oh, pile 2 left me because I didn't have enough money. They didn't give me enough time. Like, it's, this person plays the victim in this situation when in reality, you were the one that was hurt really deeply. It's not to say that they didn't get hurt in this situation, but if you were to weigh the odds here, yours would weigh heavier because it's like this person treated you like you were an object. And again, they don't find value in people. They find value in their street cred and in the material things that they have. Your angel spirit, Rosetta, you have a gift for working with young people. Your divine purpose involves helping, teaching, or parenting children. Didn't I say that it felt like there were children involved here, and we have this confirmation coming through here? Yeah, I said that earlier on your pile. Like, it feels like there's children involved here, and that's what it was. It was like, so part of your divine purpose is to take care of the children in your life. But this could also be part of your divine purpose is to remind children that when promises are broken, that has nothing to do with them, right? Or something along those lines. It just depends on how it feels right for you, right? All right, let's get some yin yang cards out on it. So Source, may we please have some yin yang cards for pile number 2. One more. Wow. Look, the first one to pop out is Healing Inner Child. Flew over there in the reading. Flew out. Healing Inner Child. Can we be real? Like, we're talking about children. You're healing your inner child, but this is also bringing you closer to some kind of children in your life, whether that's your own children or whether that's just children you're meant to connect with, right? That is so powerful. I'm going to go through this one more time, see if there's any other messages that want to come out. That just flew out. That's so crazy. Thank you so much, Source. Thank you so much. Yeah. Oh my gosh, I love this. Okay. On the bottom of the deck, what do we have here? Guilt and sabotage. So maybe this person does have a lot of guilt, but they sabotage themselves and they sabotage any connections because this person cannot connect with that guilt. The guilt is too heavy for them to even connect with. But see, you transformed because of that. Because this person tried to make you bear their burdens, right? What is that song that's coming through? I hear it right now. It's like, oh my gosh, I can't even think about it right now. It was coming through. It's like there's a line in there. It's like, I'm tired of bearing all your burden, right? It's like, oh my gosh. I can even see her face, but I can't remember her name right now. But that's the line that they were showing me. It's like, I'm tired of bearing all your burden, right? I was looking for closure, but when we're like this, there's no way I'll get it. Like, it's like she's talking about dealing with a narcissist. Like, she's in there singing about being in this, nothing I did was ever good enough. Like, why am I the one that had to break in order to make us work? It's like this song is so powerful, and it's like that's what it feels like. You broke yourself to make this connection work. So it's like you were the one that felt guilty, and so you would sabotage your own journey without realizing it so that you could make this connection work. And then eventually you said, enough is enough. I can't do that anymore. I can't do that. I gotta go. I gotta get out of here. I'm done. And when you did, it left them with their own guilt. And I feel like the only reason that you did this, okay, the only reason that you did this is because you were carrying their energy. This is actually not your energy. This had to do with you absorbing their energy. But didn't I say they're detached? Yeah, this person's very detached. They're very cold to everyone. It's not just you. So see, you could have had a family with them, a home, a commitment. There could have been a commitment here. So that's why leaving might have been one of the hardest things you ever had to do. And now they're watching you. They're spying on you. They're wondering what it is that you're doing. Because it's like if you're trying to build your life and you're trying to support your family and you're trying to find some sense of financial security, right? That's another reason why this person's watching you, because that bothers them. What if you actually become financially independent? You know what? Good for you, pile 2. Good for you. Because this person cannot stand the fact that someone would outdo them. And so they're constantly spying on you. Look, and we have confusion with Neptune and illusions. This is exactly how they made you feel. Confused. Hello, look at all this energy that's coming. Even I was confused at first. I was like, what the heck is going on here? Like, they don't even want to apologize. They just want everyone to think that you didn't give them enough time to provide for you and what was yours. You know what? If you allowed them space to change and they kept being the same person, you did what was best for you, pile 2. And if you need someone to say it, I'm about to say it here. I'm proud of you for choosing you, especially in a situation that feels like this. Because I feel like this person had you all over from here to Timbuktu trying to figure out what the heck is going on. And then I feel like that's why you felt so guilty. You had to break yourself in order to make this work? Why? Why? Why do you have to break yourself to make a situation work? That's not fair. They're either in it to win it with you or they're not. Simple. That's a very simple thing, but that's not always a way that you can look at it when you're so emotionally involved. Let's take a look at this card. I'm going to read this from the book. Let me grab the book real quick. Look at this. Look at... Oh, I love you, Source! Oh my gosh! I'm sorry. I just cannot believe that just came out. Oh my gosh. Didn't I just say that with the koi fish here? And the... Oh my lord. I'm sorry. I'm just so excited, pile 2, because it just... Oh. Like, I have no idea what these cards are. I see them with you. Right? I see them with you, but when I was like, wait, didn't we see 36? And I had to pull this out. I was like, look, you're no longer the hunted. You're not being hunted. You're the hunter. And it says, be the hunter, not the hunted, with number 8, clearing out karmic cycles. This is so freaky sometimes. I cannot make this stuff up. It is so freaky. What? Oh, let's read some of this card to you. I'm proud of you, pile 2. Like, this was hard. You've been through a lot. But I also feel like Source is on your side, always trying to show you that you are so much stronger than you give yourself credit for. And sometimes when you've been broke down, beaten, and bruised, and left on the side of the street bleeding, you know, it's hard for you to see yourself as worthy of the good things in your life because so many people have gone out of their way to make you feel bad about it, right? But Source has always been trying to show you, and again, sometimes it's hard for Source to show us when we're disconnected from ourselves, you know, we're not connected to that positive energy. Thank you, baby girl. My dog came over. She's like, whoa, you were so excited. What's going on? Thank you, baby girl. All right, here we go. Look at the owl. Owl's all about wisdom. Freaking, I love your pile 2 because it's so powerful. Like, it's just so powerful, and the power is coming through so strong here, and how amazing you are. It says, do you feel you are at the beck and call of circumstances, situations, and relationships that are outside of your control? Is it your attention being called away from what you love, from your passionate focus upon your own journey and creative self-expression? Are you feeling roped into becoming a support, tonic, savior, and a heal-all for others? There is a big difference between healthy supportiveness in a relationship, which includes healthy self-support, and ignoring your own journey out of misplaced guilt and shame. And we have guilt over here. Unworthiness, or the belief that the needs of others are more important than your own. That is not compromise. That is unhealthy and neglectful of yourself. You are being asked to see through the assumptions, expectations, tantrums, and manipulations that may be put upon you by others or yourself. See through them to the truth. You can only sidestep, change your response, or to choose to release that which you can recognize. This oracle brings you some important news. You are capable of seeing the truth, outsmarting old patterns, and responding more creatively to craft new and improved relationships. You don't have to be drawn into the dramas, right? We were talking about how this person's dramatic, of others, or the suffering of repetitive struggles. You can become still and intent with a willingness to see the truth. In doing so, you will be open to being shown another way through the inner wisdom of your heart, or a flash of insight from the great universal mind that penetrates your awareness. This oracle also brings you particular guidance that there is a message coming your way. This message will be important to you, and you are not to paint it as anything more or less than what it is. Sit with your heart. Take your time. Even if there is a deadline for your answer, you will be able to bend and stretch time so that in your relaxation you can feel for what your truth is in the situation at hand and respond appropriately. The more honest your response, without the need to be aggressive or apologetic, the more energy you will be unleashing from unhealthy patterns and into the fresh, new course your life now wants to take. This is a powerful time for you, no matter how seemingly small or apparently dramatic events around you appear to be. Know that you are stepping into a new phase of empowerment. From that place, a new freedom of self-love will emerge. I love this. This is like a sum of what we were talking about, what you experienced with this connection. And I apologize too, because the thing is like, I can only give you what the cards will give me, right? And what I'm feeling and what's coming through the senses and the psychic insights that I'm given. This person does not want to apologize, and their higher self isn't even going to give you an apology, because it would be so outside of character for this person, and that's why it's not coming through here. But what Source wants you to know in this is that you chose yourself in a very difficult situation, and now because of that, you're becoming the hunter. You're no longer being hunted by others. You're becoming the hunter. You're saying enough is enough. I am no longer going to call this energy into me. I know that there's always enough. I know that I'm worthy and deserving of what I'm asking for. But I'm going to be the shark, and I'm going to go and grab my opportunities. And if you didn't see the intro, the I Am card that we have today is I am grateful for the opportunities that come my way. And I feel like you're out there grabbing them. You're taking it by the horns, and you're pulling it to you, and you're manifesting the life that you want. Good job, Pile 2. Good job. And this was a message for you to remind you just how powerful of an individual you are. And that's, no matter what, at the end of the day, that is more conducive to your journey than trying to figure out how a person would apologize, especially a person like this who has no intention of ever in this lifetime coming forward to try and apologize to you, because they are so wrapped up in the things that truly have no weight in life. There's more to life than money. There's more to life than monetary gain, but this person never is going to see that. They're just not in a place where they can right now. And we can only hope and pray that that timeline will dissolve for them so that they can begin their own healing journey. Okay, I love you, Pile 2. I'm sending you out a humongous energetic hug, and just know that I'm so proud of you. You've done an amazing job. If you feel like this is your message, leave an owl down below in the comments and say, I am the hunter, not the hunted. So you let Source know that you are ready to take on your own internal power. Call that to you. Leave me a thumbs up down below. I'm going to go ahead and leave it there, though, and get on out of here. I do want to take a quick second, though, to thank your guides, your spirit messengers, your angel Source, and my spirit guides for coming together to give us this beautiful message. And until next time, Pile 2, stay human. Bye. Hello, my fellow human. If you were drawn to this beautiful oyster shell, Or if you were drawn to this card during the shuffle, then this is going to be a reading on how would they apologize to you. First things first, these are general readings, so please take what resonates, leave what does not, knowing that as you interact with the channel by liking, commenting, and subscribing, it does allow me an opportunity to directly connect with your energy and get you out more resonant readings. If you are interested in supporting the channel further, check out the description box down below where you will find the links to send me an email for a personal reading. I will get you out further information as well as scheduling options. Also, you will find the link to my podcast at Scatter Love Radio. And it's just a fun, chill hangout session with yours truly. I really hope to see you there. Also, real quick, just because both readings so far have been so different, I know yours is going to be so different too. Keep in mind, we will get some information to see if they would apologize, and how would they apologize. But there has been an instance where it's come through and it's just been about the reader or the inquirer. So you, the inquirer, it's been about you and what's going on and what you learned from the circumstance. So just being open to these readings and remembering that what comes through is what comes through. And yeah, so I'm going to use the dice today. That's going to be to kind of give an idea of this person so you'll know if this reading is for you or not. If the dice doesn't resonate with you, then you're more than welcome to choose one of the other piles. Okay, so that's what we're doing today. Source, can you tell us more about this person on pile number 3's mind? Can you tell us about them so that they know if this is their reading or not? Source, what can you tell us about the person on pile 3's mind so that they know if this is their reading or not? Can you let us know about this person so they know if this is their person or not? Okay. We've got Pisces, Saturn, and the 5th house. Okay. So another drama. Drama. This person's dramatic. Do you feel like they do bring a lot of joy to the room by comedy? That's what I'm hearing here. This person has a lot of comedy in their life. But it does feel like this person may be while they might be a comedian or they might just tell funny stories all the time, it's actually just so that they can share parts of their life that they want everybody to know that their life has been hard, and so they try to joke about all the hard things in their life, but it feels like at some point it gets stretched too thin and it just kind of becomes not really funny anymore. But this person is someone who is very creative. They have a good sense of imagination about them. They may have a lot of hobbies. They may have a lot of interests. They are very good at expressing themselves, but not necessarily authentically. They're just very good at living in expression of how they feel they need to express themselves at any one moment. This is someone who can tend towards being very romantic. They do seem to be very dramatic at times. They do seem to bring a lot of joy into the room. This is someone who dates. They might also have, with the 5th house and Pisces coming out together here, this is someone who may have troubles with gambling. They may have an addiction to gambling, okay? That is something that's coming through here. This person is very dreamy. They're very handsome, very beautiful. This person is very dreamy. They're very mystical too. They like to keep things to themselves, or they just kind of like to let people guess. It's like this is somebody who would let you paint a picture of them and they would never correct you if you were wrong or not, because that's they like to keep that mystery about them. They can be intuitive, but I do feel like this person uses their intuition in order to get ahead. Have you ever met somebody like that? You know what I mean if this resonates with you. This person is very intuitive. Sometimes it feels like they can read your mind, but it's always to gain a better understanding of where they're at on their journey. It's not for any good deed. It's literally so they can get ahead. This person has relied on their intuition to get them to where they're going, but it's always for the wrong reason. Okay, it's not for love. It's not for anything like that. It's literally just so that they can, if they're going to step on your toes in the process of using their intuition, then fine, they're cool with that. But they're going to use their intuition. So they're going to reach out with their intuition to see, are you somebody that I can take advantage of? And if you are, they're going to take advantage of you. That's how this person rolls. Okay. They have false compassion. This is someone who will play compassionate for a while, only so they can weasel their way in, and then boom, they're going to drop something on you. They're gonna make your life hard. They're gonna make it difficult, right? They do come across as an old soul, and they do play out a lot of fantasies. Like, this is someone who plays out a lot of fantasies. I feel like this person, you've heard tons of stories from this person, and you don't know what's real or what's not. So it feels like maybe you don't know this person, but this person may... I don't even feel like this person has ever tried to take time to get to know you, because I do feel like this person constantly talks about me, 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 me. And so you hear everything about this person. They never ask about you. They never have asked about you. It's like you feel like stranger to them because they don't know anything about you, but it's like you're also wondering what stories about them are real. This person has dealt with a lot of karma. They also have obligations that sometimes they fulfill, sometimes they don't. They're very masculine by nature, okay? Like, this is, and it doesn't matter if they're a man or a woman, this is someone who has very masculine energy about them. Like, they're constantly on the go, they're constantly in motion, they're constantly acting, they're constantly trying to take care of responsibility, but at the same time, they struggle to take care of responsibility. So it's like they do things with this idea that, like, so if they have a child, okay, like, this person, like, they do everything for their child, but they never actually take care of their child. That's the type of energy that this person has. It's not a very good energy. It's kind of weird. This person can be very dominating. This person has a lot of blockages. This person likes conventional things. So it's like they don't want to go outside of things that would make them look any other way than what they want to paint the world as, right? So if you're like very free and loving and fun and all this stuff, like they may put a kibosh on it, like you're an adult, you need to be serious, you can't have fun. Like, that's this type of energy. This person just kind of is a fun destroyer. Are you a party pooper? You poop at parties. That's this person. They'd be like, shut up, don't say stuff like that. You're embarrassing me. Like, that's the kind of energy this person has, okay? Like, this kind of weird energy. Connected with some weird energies. It's just sad. I just feel so bad that sometimes my collective has to deal with people like this. But at the same time, I hope you understand, Pile 3. I totally also understand at a very deep level why sometimes these people, if you resonate with my channel, like, I understand too where you're coming from when it comes to people like this. It's like, why do I attract these people? But then when you learn, you're like, okay, like, I get it. I get why they came into my life, why I had to heal that aspect of myself, but it's just frustrating. It doesn't make it any less frustrating when those people and those energies come up, right? So, source, for pile number 3, how would this person apologize? Would they apologize? That's a question to come through. Would they apologize? Because we had one that just refused it. So I don't feel like that's necessarily going to be the case here, but let's see what the story comes out. So, source, how would this person apologize to pile number 3? How would this person apologize to pile number 3? Thank you. How would this person apologize to pile number 3? Alright. How would this person apologize? Wow, that was fast. Yeah. Yeah, this person likes arguing. Oh, this person loves arguing. They like to be right. Like, this person could be a lawyer. Oof. Yeah, my ear just went crazy. Okay. So that's a very specific message for someone. How would this person apologize to pile number 3? So it's like this person, if you're the one, so I'm just going to say, if you're the one that's dealing with a lawyer, this person feels like if they don't win every argument in life, in court, wherever it is that they're having to argue, like it almost like diminishes their character. That's how they view it. And they don't care. Like, they don't care about who they step on to be there. But this person enjoys arguing. But I feel like they would, if they were able to connect with their higher self, that's the first thing that they would acknowledge, is that they argue a lot, and that they know they argue a lot, and they don't know why they have to be right. but that they feel like they always need to be right. And that they were slow. Okay, yeah, they're just like acknowledging here that they were slow to seeing that, you know, this might not have been a romantic connection with you. This could have been some kind of collaboration here. I do feel like they were slow to appreciate the connection that you all had, and they were quick to kind of manipulate you and keep secrets behind your back. And in this idea, they have trouble with somebody who can be a leader. They just have a huge issue with someone who can be a leader, and they don't want to heal that aspect of themselves just yet. Okay? Let's see what else comes out here. Yeah, they're very spiritually torn. This is someone who's very spiritually torn. Okay, so it could... Okay. We have this Two of Cups coming in here. This is someone who may have had a collaboration with you and deep down realized that they were starting to fall for you. Seeing, you know, because when you work with somebody, you get to see them all the time. You get to know them. Right? You get to know them. And that's what I was saying. Like, I do feel like for some of you, they feel like this person didn't get to know you, but they do feel like they were getting to know you. And they do feel like they were able to understand you, and they were beginning to fall in love with you. But it's almost like that fear of the love was causing them to even be more harsh and abrasive in this connection. Right? Because they already feel so deflated and defeated in life. And so it's why they argue all the time. Like, especially if you're like another lawyer and this person is, or, you know, this could be in like, I'm getting like a medical office and like a nurse and a doctor or something like that. Like, it doesn't matter what role you play. It's just like that type of energy here. It does feel like this is someone at work. Okay. That's the energy that's coming in here. It feels like someone that you might work with, someone that you met at work, someone that maybe you did care about them a lot, or maybe you see that this person could be someone you could be romantically interested in. But they were starting to catch feelings for you. And, you know, again, if this is someone that you'd be like, well, I'd never have feelings for them. Well, that doesn't change the fact that they were starting to catch feelings for you. And maybe it was a situation where it was like they didn't want to feel for you that way. And so instead of dealing with their own internal issues, they began to take it out on you. And I feel like that's something that they would bring out in an apology. They would tell you, because I was starting to feel for you, it made me feel even more deflated in my life, because I realized I wasn't where I wanted to be spiritually, mentally, emotionally. You know, maybe I have the money, maybe I'm able to build things, but when it comes to nurturing another being, I'm not there. Like, I can't be there yet. Like, I'm in my own world trying to make things last and trying to make things work for me. And it's difficult because I saw you as someone that I could very easily fall for, but to ask for forgiveness would mean that I would have to admit these things, and I'm not even ready to admit them to myself. I feel like the thing is that you may be somebody who practices some type of spirituality. Like, you may be very religious, you may be just very spiritual by nature, very open to a lot of things, and have a very keen mind. And that also plays against them, because it's like they're very scared that anybody would seem smarter or better off than they are. You know, it just that plays against their own emotional egoic wounds that they're dealing with, having to be overbearing, having to be in control, right? Saturn, a sense of control. Like, I have to be in control of everything. But they're not realizing that they're already seeming out of control here. They're trying to escape reality through other things. So this person could drink, this person could have a drug problem, this person could have any type of issue. And they use that to escape reality, right? And Saturn being here, it's saying that this is a tough connection. It might be tough for you, but understanding it's equally tough for them. And that might not even make you feel better. You might be like, well, but why do I have to deal with it? And I understand that, you know, like, but the thing is this is just a tough situation that's meant to give you a reality check on who it is that you want to be. So it's like, if you want to be a strong person that has financial stability in life, are you going to get there being in the position that you're at? And asking yourself these very real questions. You know, if this is a a love interest? Is this the type of love that I really want? Or is this the type of love that I want to bring into my life? You know, if you're asking for an apology, probably not, right? Probably not, especially if this person has not given you an apology in a long time. It's like, I feel like this is somebody that you do see frequently, though. It does feel like that. This feels like someone you see often, and often this person is constantly disappointing you and letting you down. And it's like you kind of come into this realization or this knowing that this is how this person's going to show up. How could they ever have feelings for me if this is how they're constantly showing up? Like, they just treat me like this, they treat me like that, like, or how could they ever care about me, right? Like, even if this isn't just, if this is not love, if this is just like having a friendship or being a family situationship, whatever it is, it's like, how could they ever even care about me when they treat me like this? They owe me an apology for treating me like I don't exist in their life, or for treating me like I'm the bane of their existence. I get that. And I feel like this person would recognize that too, connecting with their higher self. They'd recognize how they were really treating you, but it's hard for them because right now they're dealing with this emotional battle and this internal dialogue that's telling them, I have to fight, because you're coming in and you may be a healer, and you coming in with your healing energy is putting this person on edge. And the first thing that people do when they get on edge is that fight or flight energy, right? Like, oh my gosh, do I stand and fight or do I flee? And this person is a fighter. This person's going to stand up and fight for what they feel like they need to fight for. But really, they have nothing that they're fighting for except for their emotional ego to be right. To be right. Okay, that's what it feels like here. And I do feel like this person would acknowledge that in an apology to you. Like, I'm sorry, I felt like I always needed to be right. And I feel like they would also tell you that I don't understand why I did this. Because I don't feel like they do understand why they do this. Like, I feel there's this energy, like, of when it happens to you. Like I said, this person has a weird energy. But I feel like when this person does act this way to you, like, they walk away and they're like, why the heck did I do that? And it's like, no matter how many times they ask why they did it, like, they still continue to do it. Like, this person just has a weird energy about them. Like, they just don't get it, right? Like, they just don't get it. I can ask myself that question 100 times, but if I never make a change, I'm never going to understand myself, right? They just know that you trigger them deeply, and when they're triggered, they let the lion come out. They're just like, nope, I got to fight for myself. I got to fight for how I feel. I got to fight for where I'm at. And so that's what they're trying to do. And I feel like they would tell you, like, I'm sorry I'm so slow in figuring this out. I really am so slow in trying to figure this out. But I'm also really slow in trying to bring this into a reality for you. Because I'm only focused on what I'm focused on. I can't focus on what my heart may want or what I'm feeling. I can't focus on that because that's too much for me to handle. This person could have had an absent mother in their life, okay? This is someone who could have dealt with an absent mother, or they could have dealt with a very abusive mother. But the mother wound is coming out very strong here in this reading. You have Cancerian energy, Cancer energy, you have Taurus energy, Capricorn, and then you have Piscean energy here with the moon. The moon automatically points at the mother wound, especially when it's in reverse. But you have feminine energy by the earth signs, right? By the material here. This is earth sign energy. And you have the mother of the zodiac with the Cancer energy here. This is very, very much pointing towards the mother wound coming through. And it's like you may be a very nurturing, kind, giving, generous person. And because of that, it triggers their lack of an emotional mother in their life. And so they just feel like however they treated their mother, I feel like it's how they treated you. And it doesn't matter if you're a man or a woman. It's like you embody those very nurturing, genuine energies about you, and you like to take care of and help people. And because of that, this person has a tendency to just lash out because that's not anything they've ever experienced, and they've had to stand up for themselves against somebody who they saw as their mother, right? Like they saw as their mother, they realized they have to stand up to that person. And now that you're giving those energies, it's like they don't know how to handle it. And so the only thing that they resort to is how they showed up when it came to that motherly energy in their life. That's how they're showing up right now. So Source Moon, please get some clarifying cards on it for pile number 3. Yeah, this is a cycle for this person. It was interesting. I was thinking that right before this popped out, but we have the 10 of Wands coming out with the Ten of Swords here, right? This person, this could very well be a friend of yours. And you may have gone through a lot with this person. You may, you know, even if it's at work, maybe you worked with this person for a long time and it's just never changed. Like, why is this person like this all the time? You know, I just don't understand, like, why they're always letting me down. Like, why they want me to be there for them 100%, but they're not there for me, right? Like, whatever the situation is, this is a cycle for this person. And it's a hard one for them to let go of. And it's been difficult for you to let go of because it feels like very personal. But it's not. Like, this, they're not able to take action right now because of the way they think. Like, their thoughts are keeping them stuck in a cycle that's repetitive. Okay. Yeah, we have the Knight of Wands coming out to clarify the Chariot in reverse. Like, they want to move on, but they just don't know how. And so when they move, here's the thing. Like, right, what this depicts what I was saying. Like, why do I treat them like that? Why do I treat pile 3 like that? Why do I always attack pile 3 like that? They ask that question, but then they run back into creating chaos. Like, they just don't know how to get out of this cycle. It's like they're willing to ask themselves the question, but they're not willing to find the answer. They're not willing to listen to their higher self. They're not willing to come into silence. This is somebody who has thoughts constantly going like this in their head, just constantly bombarding them, attacking them. Like, this is, when you say the monkey mind, this person probably has a whole, how would you say, a group of monkeys? I don't know. What would you call that? A whole community of monkeys? I don't know. They got all the monkeys running around in their head, okay? There's no, when they silence one, there's like 3 to take that one's place. That's how this person's mind is. And maybe that's not an excuse to treat anybody any one way. I get that. That's not what this is, but that's their choice. They've chosen to do that their whole life. And so it's like, once you become stuck in a pattern from an early age, it's going to keep bleeding out into everything that you do. That's just something they struggle to change because it's comfortable for them to continue to go back into this cycle. They want to move forward from it. They want to keep, you know, changing, but they're just struggling right now to take action to change. And instead they take action to go back into this pattern. And I do feel like that's how they would apologize to you, is telling you that. Like, I feel like they would explain this to you. Yeah, they would explain that like, they're watching you. They're constantly seeing you. They constantly want to, but they want to blend in, but they're just not capable of blending in because their emotional ego won't let them. So instead of blending in, they lash out. They just got to be on top. Like, they just have this feeling like, I got to be over you. I have to be better than you. I have to be bigger than you. This is someone who just feels like if they're not winning, then losing is like, it's like the worst possible thing for them. And I feel like you're just a peaceful person. Like, I feel like this image depicts you. Like, I'm just a peaceful person. This person constantly has had to start over in their life, and now they're in a place where they feel like they're somewhat stable, and they don't want to have to start over again. And in order to not start over again, they're constantly coming back to this, I have to beat up anybody who gets in my way or who threatens me. With Saturn being present here, it's very much pointing towards you could be that healer, again, what I was saying. And that's why they're fighting this. That's why they're in this energy of like, oh my gosh, like, I have to like make pile 3 suffer. That's the emotional ego. But then their mind, they're like, what the heck am I doing? Like, I actually care about pile 3. Like, you could be friends. You could have been lifelong friends, right? There's this energy coming through that's just like, they can't stop. Like, no matter, they don't want to be that way, but they can't stop. Like, they don't know how to stop the inertia of their life. And sometimes you can't really blame a person for being in situations like that because it's a very human trait. We've all been there. We've all had those situations where we just can't stop. We want to, but we don't know how. We don't know what the first step is in order to stop. And that's what's going on here. Yeah, merry-go-round here. Look at this with the carousel. Constantly on this. So you may see 10, 10, 10 a lot. You know, in 10, 10, it's all about being on your path of purpose. So you could be gaining momentum on your path of purpose, and this person is just seeing you succeed, and you could very well overthrow them. Yeah, you could very well become the one that's on top here, and they're going to be lost. They're not going to know. Like, that This is he has a dice for his head, right? Like he's constantly taking a chance. He's constantly like relying on these weird chances that he's getting in order to get ahead. But at the end of the day, there's too many options available. And I don't see what's right in front of me. I don't see what's happening, and I'm just stuck losing my mind because I see you succeeding. And I feel like that's what they would apologize for. It's like, I should be able to celebrate your success. I should be able to celebrate you for just being you. But I struggle with that because I feel like it diminishes me as a person. And that's what they're really like. I feel like how they would apologize to you is just explaining that. Explaining like what it is that they're feeling. And again, we have this idea of coins coming through here. So definitely could be someone that you work with. Someone that you're around at work all the time. And they know how to manifest money. They know how to get a lot of money. They know how to get ahead in their career. But when someone comes in who's a good worker, an honest worker, and has a lot of integrity and honor in what they do, which i.e. is you, it's like they don't know how to handle that. They don't know how to overcome that. And so it's like, if I create a lot of competition, the merry-go-round, right, are constantly going around in a circle here. If I create a lot of competition, maybe it will bring pile 3 down a peg. But then it's almost like you're like a diamond. You get formed with pressure. So you do even better when this person brings pressure into your life. You're just even performing even better. And so they get even crazier about it. Whoa, I was just blinded by, whoa, nothing is happening here. I was just blinded by bright light in my left eye. Nothing is happening. What the heck? That was crazy. It was so bright. But that's what's going on. It's like you're the one that's receiving. They're seeing you receive. They're seeing you get ahead. They're seeing you be this wonderful person, and you're so kind to others. And it's like they just feel like they have to pick on you. You know, it's like being in a school grounds when the boys would pick on the little girls, and that's how you knew that the boys liked the girls. Like, it's kind of like that, but in this adult world, this is someone who kind of takes it to extremes. Okay, this is not someone who plays fair. This is someone who does take it to an extreme measure. And I do feel like how they would apologize to you is telling you that. Like, they would tell you, like, I'm so extreme. Like, I don't know why I'm so extreme, but I'm just extreme. I think that this person, again, with the 5th house coming up, they're just dramatic. This person thrives in drama, you know, like, and that's everything that they've done. This flipped over. We have number 44 here, master number. We have get to know each other, learn to meet another's need for love. Like, again, this idea that they do care about you, but they don't know how to meet your need for love, and you know how to meet their need, and that scares them. Like, the more that they try to open up to you, the more that they try to let you in, the worse it gets for them on the emotional ego front, right? Like, their emotional ego is like, oh no, we did this before and we got hurt. We have to, and so they follow that feeling instead of following their heart. They're following what their mind is telling them. Right? Look, listen with your heart. You are listening but need to hear with a loving heart. The number 1 here. Yeah, they do not have faith in themselves. They don't have faith in their heart. They don't have faith in their intuition. Didn't I say that? Like, this person uses their intuition to get ahead. And the reason they have no faith in their intuition and what their intuition is trying to tell them is because they've always used their intuition to try to gain clout, to try to gain footing on their journey, to try to get ahead. And that's why they can't trust it for good, right? Because they've always used it for personal gain. Not for anything other than for themselves. So you're getting 2 of these today. Oh God, I'm sorry I put you through hell. I hate you tried to love me when I hated myself. Too late to apologize. What is it for the mistakes that I didn't see? Yeah. all of them. What is it? It's too late to apologize for all the mistakes I didn't see. That's this person. Like, they feel bad about what they did. Look, we have house 10. We have 10, 10, 10 coming out. 10, 10, 10, 10 coming out for you. 10 is a very powerful number for you. We have structure, discipline, life mission, accomplishments, and careers. Didn't I say that you were on your path of purpose? Here we have that coming out here. This is confirmation. I'm going to put this out right here. Look, the moon. We have satisfy emotional needs, nurturing self and others. The moon again, which we saw the moon make a debut here, right? Yeah, there's like something, you're very nurturing, you're very loving and kind and gentle. And this person, like, it triggers them in a way that they just become vicious. The Watcher. This card. This is the card that just... It's the snow leopard, the Watcher, with number 15 or 6, right? This person has no balance, but they're constantly watching you. This person constantly spies on you. Because I think they're like, it's like they're trying to figure out, like, if you're doing better than them, what can they do? They're trying to find, like, a shoe-in. That's what it feels like. I'm trying to find a shoe-in. Like, I'm trying to get some clarity on how I can become better myself from you, but you're not giving any of your secrets away. And this person cannot live in a very truthful state. Like, they don't know how to live in their truth. And so they try to find the way to live in other people's truths. And I feel like they would explain this to you, but I don't know if it would matter. Because I do feel like this person has kind of pushed the boundaries way too far. And you're constantly transforming, right? Sea Otter with transformation here. You're constantly transforming. And you've come into this place of just like, look, I'm not going to fight this person. I'm not going to try to explain to them who I am. I'm not going to do that. This person doesn't deserve that. They don't deserve that time from me, you know? And they don't. Okay, let's get an angel message for you, pile 3. Oh, thank you. So we have Bridget. It says, caution is warranted. Look deeper into the situation before proceeding further. Yeah, so I feel like that's the thing. Like, you need to be cautious with this person. Like I said, I do feel like deep down, like, they do feel like, oh my gosh, like, what am I doing? But I at the same time, this person is in a place where they're just trying to get ahead. Okay, and again, we have this idea of work coming through here, your career, your accomplishments, where you're disciplined at, where you're showing up every day. We have Mystique on the bottom. Keep charging ahead and don't take no for an answer. Expect miraculous solutions to appear. Yeah, so you're going to get an answer to this situation. Like, you're going to understand what you need to do moving forward, and that's going to be good for you. Reflection. Yeah, they have a hard time reflecting. Again, this idea of truth. Look at how much blue is coming out here. So blue could be very significant in your life, or when maybe this person always wears blue ties or blue shirts, or blue, like, is their favorite color, right? Why do I hear that song? Blue just ain't your color. I don't remember who sings that song, but check that out. Blue just ain't your color. That's the, I think that's, oh, who is that? I don't remember. Anyways, yeah, check out that song. If you guys know who sings that, leave a comment down below and let others know the name of the song so they can check it out and see if that's something that would resonate with them. But this person definitely has a hard time really connecting with their truth. Like, they just don't. Like, even the angel card was blue. And you got, like, dark purple on this one. Right? Like, it's like a periwinkle color. Yeah. That's crazy. Yeah, love and compassion. I feel like you're in this place of learning to love yourself. Right? You're in this place, and that's another thing that triggers them because they don't know how to love themselves. This is someone who hates themselves, right? I put you through hell. You tried to love me when I hated myself, right? Like, this person hates themselves. They don't understand what self-love is. And that's another thing that triggers them. And so, like I said, it's like you're here to bring healing. That's just what you do. You can't help it. You can't change the way others show up because of your energy. Like, that's not something that any of us can control. We're going to either trigger people or we're not. And this is someone who you just trigger on a next level. Like, it's because you were sent to their life to help them heal. Whether that feels good or not, it doesn't matter. It's just you need to be careful with yourself when you're around this person. And focus on your career. Focus on you doing what's right for you. Okay, like, and while this person absolutely, probably, most definitely does owe you an apology, okay? At the end of the day, looking for it is not going to get you to where you need to go. Like, we have house 9, spiritual growth. Yeah. You're here to help this person grow spiritually just by being you. Just by doing what you do. Okay? Like, it's not any conversation that you have with them. It's literally you showing up and doing what you do. Working hard at what you're doing. So we have number 13 with cat spirit. Claim your independence. Yeah. That's where your stability is coming from. Look, and this is funny because we have 44 and then 13 is 4 when you break it down. So 444 is a very powerful number for you as well. Yeah, some people are just really jealous and they can't understand why they're jealous. And jealousy will manifest in all various ways. Okay, it's oftentimes it's people trying to make us believe that we're not good enough. That's what jealousy manifests as. And at the end of the day, that's their problem to deal with. And yeah, it feels personal. Yeah, it feels like they should owe us an apology. But most times we never gain that closure from another person. We have to give that closure to ourselves and move ahead on what's right for us. So we have number 66. You're getting a lot of master numbers here. It says trust in the magic. Something is about to manifest for you, pile 3. Like, in spite of all this, something big is about to manifest for you. Okay? And I don't think it's with this person. I don't feel like this is something that's in your career. Like, you're about to take off, and this person's just going to have to sit and watch you take off. They're just going to have to sit there and be like, okay. Like, I can't do anything. They're not going to be able to change the fact that you're being recognized and given accolades for your work. They're not going to be able to change that. Look, and then we have number 4 again. So again, 4444 coming out here. Badger spirit, be fearless and bold. And didn't you guys get yeah, you got the 4 of coins even? Like, I mean, there's a lot of 4s coming out for you here. 4 is all about strength, structure, and stability. We have the house 10 coming out with structure and discipline. So this is about you being structured on your journey and living in that structure. Okay, let's get some yin-yang cards real quick, and then we'll read your oracle card. So can we please have some yin-yang cards in regards to this connection? How would they apologize to pile 3? So I just feel like if they were ever able to connect deeper, they would be able to explain to you more or less why they treated you the way that they did. But I don't feel like this person, this person's very much involved with the external, like how people see you. Like if people are seeing you in a good light, or if you're getting fame, if you're getting recognition, like that really triggers this person because that's what they want. And so I feel like this person will do anything in their power to make you seem like the bad guy, so that they can be seen as the good guy. But what they don't realize is that they're just appearing, that's it. Like, at the end of the day, people are going to realize, oh, I love this. Okay, hold up. People are going to realize where they're coming from. People are going to see it. They're going to make a fool of themselves. Like, you can't be acting like that and not make a fool of yourself. Like, it's not going to work, right? So we do have apology coming out here, forgiveness. Yeah, so they do want to give you an apology. Like that's something that for this to come out in this reading, that's very, very strong, right? Like they want to say that they're sorry. And again, I just feel like this person is just in a place right now where they just don't know how, right? And it could be that for some of you, their forgiveness, they just want to make themselves feel better. I'm not getting that for a lot. I do feel like somebody needs to hear that though, because this person may come forward with an apology and it just may not be very sincere. So it's just important for you to listen to your intuition. Okay. But you're healing your inner child. You're healing your wounds here. You're not letting that get the best of you. You're like, no, it's not going to get the best of me anymore. Oh my gosh, we have Saturn coming out again. Until debt tear us apart. With contracts, commitments, career, right? This is somebody that you work with. This is somebody or who does like a similar thing to you. Like they're also in the same industry as you, but you might be doing better than they are. You may not even know this person. Like for some of you, you may not even know this person. They just started attacking you and you're like, what the heck is going on with this person? And, it's just because you are in the same industry, or like you could have bumped into them one day in the hall and been like, and then all of a sudden they just attacked you. But I do feel like for most of you, you know this person, like you've been around each other for a while, right? Yeah, because they're seeing you as this stable, harmonious person. You go with the flow. You're not worried about everybody liking you. You're not worried about being famous. You're not worried about any of that because you're worried about following your passion, your career, right? Your life mission. You're more about like, I want to feel good about what I'm doing. I don't want to sit here and argue with people who don't get that, you know? What did I say? This person's very egoic. They are in their ego. They're all about vanity. They're all about pride. Like I said, for some, this person will only apologize because it's making their ego feel better. It's not because they're sincere. It's just because they're making their ego feel better. Look, we have fate on the bottom with detours and divine intervention. So you are getting divine intervention on this. That's another reason why it's good to be cautious here. But it's also saying that, yeah, you've been put on a detour, but this detour was to lead you back to your path of purpose, okay? And it was not fun. I don't feel like this was anything fun to deal with. If you've had to deal with it, like this was ugly. This was really ugly, okay? And that ugliness taught you a very valuable lesson. I mean, Saturn came out. The 10th house is connected to Capricorn and Saturn energy. I mean, we've had Saturn make an appearance quite a bit in this reading. And if you've followed me for any amount of time, you know I talk about Saturn as being the planet of tough love, you know? And that's not easy when we're being taught a tough love lesson, right? But there's such power that comes from learning that lesson and being able to empower ourselves to move on from that, right? So that's something that's really beautiful to look at and to embrace. It's like, even though this is a difficult connection, you're healing your inner child. You're realizing that you don't have to wait for an apology to come through. And you're realizing that you're not here. Like, you're not here to get approval from them. You're here to approve yourself and to do what's best for you. I'm proud of you, Pile 3. That takes strength. You're no longer in this place of being in the emotional ego. You've healed this. You're not about it for the vanity and pride. Like, the flame just went out. Yeah. You're in it because you're stable, you're harmonious, you're going with the flow. You are a strong person. So we're going to check out your card. I'm going to read this from the book for you. We'll find out what's going on here. Look, didn't I say something big is about to happen for you? And we have spirals of manifestation making an appearance with number 18. Like, this is insane. The energy that I've gotten all through here is just so huge. If you feel like this is your reading, leave a little cat emoji in the comments down below and say, call in my manifestations. Because there's something huge that's about to happen for you here. Let's read this out of the book. Let's see what's coming. What's coming on? Oh God, I'm sorry I put you through hell. You tried to love me when I hated myself. It's too late to apologize for all the mistakes I don't remember how it goes. But anyways, can you see that? Oh, it's too close. Okay, right there. It says, the creative rebellious path of love moves in spirals. It's not linear. Sometimes our mind decides that the way forward is to take clear steps from one point to the next logical point. However, there's a genius within that can guide us on an alternative route. If there is an unnecessary pothole or a delay in the typical linear path of progression and the curved loop, and the path will be quicker, more fun, and more beautiful, then why not allow yourself to be guided through that path? This can happen through trust and wisdom rather than rigid adherence to what, on the surface, appears to be logical progression. You are in the midst of a spiral manifestation. Something is coming into being, even if you think it is further away than ever before. How amazing it will seem when you have been dreaming of falls right into place. Suddenly, what you've been thinking of creating will plonk into your reality, seemingly out of nowhere, because it was just around the bend, just out of view, on the spiral of manifestation, and you could not see it coming. In truth, it was coming to you all along. This oracle has a message for you. Sometimes when we feel the furthest away from what we want, we are actually closer than ever before. Just one turn in the spiral loop of creation. Angel. Sorry, she just knocked out her food bowl. She's not hungry. It's just not time for her to eat right now. She's just... Okay. Let's see. Because it was just around the bend, just out of... Okay, here we go. I was lost. Sometimes when we feel the furthest away from what we want, we're actually closer than ever before. Just one turn on the spiral loop of creation can see your manifestation taking root in the world. You must hold true to your faith and keep working on your progress and forget about believing it when you are seeing it. Any old soul or young soul can do that. You're bigger, braver, more ancient soul. You have enough chutzpah to believe it's so that you can see it sooner, bigger, and brighter. Do not give in to those who tell you it should have happened already or that you have failed. They are just suffering from a lack of patience and understanding, as well as an arrogant assumption that their notion of timing is somehow superior to the greater divine timing at play in life. Be in goodwill with yourself and the universe. All is unfolding perfectly, whether you feel it right now or not. This is a message to you about the perfect synchronicities that are taking place in your life. You may have started to notice those already. When we live from the heart, honor our creative center, and choose unlikely but loving rebellious ways to be in the world, we will begin to notice synchronicity every day. It is as though the universe is speaking to us intimately on all matters, which of course it is. I love this. Isn't that? It's like everything that I was talking about in this reading, and it's like all summed up with this card. Literally. You're about to manifest something huge. Like there's a huge turn of events coming for you. Trusting in the magic. Claiming your independence. Being bold and brave. Going after what you want. Being cautious with others and your energy. Right? These are all things. It's like whether this person owes you an apology or not, ultimately it doesn't matter because you're about to manifest your reality. And this person's karma, if you will, is watching you live your dream. There's nothing they can do about it. They don't have a say in your success. You have a say in your success by taking action towards yourself. Okay? I love you, Pile 3. This was actually really incredible reading. Even though it was very difficult, you are an absolutely impeccably wonderful being, and don't ever look at yourself as less than you are. You deserve the world, and remember that. Leave me a thumbs up down below if this resonated with you. I'm going to go ahead and leave it there, though, and get on out of here. But I do want to take a quick second to thank your guides, your spirit messengers, your angel source, and my spirit guides for coming together to give us this beautiful message. And until next time, Pile 3, stay human. Bye.